Hello, welcome to Comic Book Investment Chat. I changed the web uh, camera to a different angle so that my co-star can be in the shot. I love this thing. I told my son told me to keep it. It's like that. If you love it so much, you can have it. So thank you, Anthony. Okay, yeah, make sure I look at the camera in the right way. Anyhow, welcome to the weekly Friday comic book investment chat. Um, End of April, April 30th today. And for those that remember, last year, I about the exact same time, I'm pretty sure, I did a chat just like this, and I talked about sell in May and go away. For those that participate in the financial market for the past how many years, every April you hear this. You might even hear people talk about it in March. Be worry about May, sell in May and go away. The market's going to have a bad month in May. It is such nonsense, such nonsense. Sometimes I don't understand how myth on Wall Street can be passed on for decades and decades, and not one person on CNBC or any financial news care to look at the data to stop the stupid phrase, sell in May and go away. Hello, Rate Rookie 227. I think you changed your name? I think you have a different name, like Bat 227 before. Sean Freeling, happy Friday. Yes, indeed. I'm glad you enjoyed the chicken video. I have a little story about the chicken later. But back to sell in May and go away. Okay, it is such a catchy phrase that roll off people's tongue, and it is nothing but stupid. If you look at the thumbnail, okay, hopefully you can see the thumbnail of the video. The thumbnail of the video have a chart that show you the average monthly return of the year, of each month, okay, over the past 60 years. And yes, May not very positive, but it's not negative. The worst month is September, and I talked about this last year, but I don't think it's worth repeating every year, because every year I get new people, new viewer. But let me reiterate why sell in May and go away is utter, complete garbage and nonsense and stupid. If you sold in May last year, you would have missed one of the biggest money making opportunities in the stock market, in the comic market, in any market last May. Because the stock market, the comic market, everything rip raw, okay? Rip raw since May and June. Rip raw. So if you listen to that nonsense from the people on TV that tell you sell in May and go away, whoa, disaster. You would have missed out on huge return in the stock market, huge return in comic book market, huge return in real estate market, you name it. I explained it last year, but let me re-explaining it this year for those that are new. Why is sell in May, go away a catchy phrase that may have been true 30 years ago? Before the internet, before mobile phone, before computers, okay? Wall Street, portfolio manager, stock traders, hedge funds, you name it, like many people, they have families, they have children, they have kids in school. When summertime comes, what do? Vacations. They take times off. They go to the Hampton, okay? They go to whatever it is, they take times off. And because when big money, important money, are taking a break because it's summer, Wall Street tend to not have a lot of support, not a lot of pump. So the return are not very good. That's where the sell in May and go away slogan start to trickle into the stock market over the past, many decades. But guess what? Since the birth of the internet, it is over. I did my older brother, repeat that phrase last week. He emailed me, Nick, are you concerned about sell in May and go away? So I sent him monthly return of the last 20 years. May was down like 25% of the time. Okay. 1 out of 4 May, we had a bad return. 1 out of 4. So I told him, please stop listening to the TV people. Okay. It's complete utter nonsense. With internet, mobile phone, money manager, hedge fund manager, Wall Street, they operate nonstop. There is no vacation, no breaks, nothing. It's just utter nonsense. Okay, so that answer why sell in May and go away is stupid. It sounds fun. It sounds like a cool slogan, rhyme, but that does not mean that May cannot be bad. Okay, it does not mean that May cannot be bad. Why? What's going on right now? What's going on right now? April, the stock market is at the all-time high. Let me repeat, all-time high. Am I predicting a crash? No. But can the market ease up in May because we are at the all-time high? That's what I told my brother. I'm like, if the stock market have a not so good May for whatever reason, it's not because of sell in May and go away. It's because we are at the all-time high. Whenever you hit the all-time high, it's not unreasonable to give back 2, 3, 4, 5%, whatever it is. Okay, it's don't freak out. Okay, but can they keep on going higher? Why not? The Fed is printing money, all that stuff. So if it go down, it shouldn't be a shock. Just like for those that follow the stock market closely, well, guess what? What has happened this week? If you pay attention to the stock market, Apple, Facebook, Google, Tesla, you name it. So many companies have blow out earnings. And for the most part, what did they do after they announced wonderful, great earnings? From Starbucks to Google to Facebook. Now, Google went up, Apple went down, Facebook went down, Twitter went down. Like I said, it's a hodgepodge of results. But I told my brother, when you are at record high and you've been running so hot, there are people that will take profit, take money off the table. It's not unreasonable, but it does not mean that the mantra of sell in May and go away is true. It's not true. Okay, it's just coincidental that we had the all-time high in April. So if there is any kind of slight profit taking in May, do not buy into that. It is true. They said it. They said sell in May and go away. Now, remember, sell in May and go away is supposed to happen in May, and then people come back in August, the end of summer, right? Labor Day. Okay, that's what Wall Street tried to sell to you. Now, if you look at the thumbnail and the chart, what does it say about the worst month of the year? September. Okay, so what happened? See, now that's true. So the whole sell in May, go away, come back after Labor Day. Well, guess what? Why then is September the worst month of the entire year? Why is that? You see the to see the conflict of nonsense that Wall Street trying to feed you? Does anybody know why September is the worst month? I'm gonna let that question stew. Oh, I forgot my water. I forgot my coffee. I'll let people figure it out to see why September is the worst month. Let me step away for a minute so that I can grab my coffee, okay? I'll be back in 1 minute. It's not even 1 minute. It's more like 20 seconds. Comic Crack guess. I see guesses here: corporate taxes, Jewish holiday, selling to cover taxes. Okay. All right. Let me give you the reason. All of us, when we trade stocks, what do we have? Capital gains, right? And for those savvy traders, you try to harness losses so that you have less gains. Okay, so whatever you do, you try to offset as much gains as you can in order to pay less taxes. Everybody understand that? Yes. For most personal people that trade stocks, in December we do that. Correct? Yes. Do you know when mutual funds, all the people that invest in mutual funds, do you know when mutual funds have to close their books for tax purposes? October. Has anyone teach anybody that in any school, finance class, anything? October. Is it a surprise that Wall Street take a dump in September as they clean up the gains, offset the gain, dump their losses? So here's my advice. If you have a if a stock that you have is a common stock, like say GE, widely owned, and it's down for the year from January to September to August, it's down. Well, guess what? You know what Wall Street is going to do? It's going to sell the F out of it to harness losses to offset whatever gains they have. So, my advice, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Excuse me. So my advice is, if you have position of widely hold on to like stocks like GE, IBM, or whatever it is, and that stock is negative for the year, be careful. It will get ugly in September because big mutual funds are going to harness tax loss for October in September. Okay. That's the reason. You know why Wall Street don't want you to know that? They want to front run the loss. Okay, they don't want you to dump the same time they dump and create a bigger loss. Okay, they want to take the loss, but sure, the smaller the loss, the better. Okay, so it's the little things that the game is play. If you understand the game, you're not gonna be stupid to listening to sell in May and go away, and you go back and you buy shit in September and you get shit dumped on you. So keep that in mind. Now you know, and I probably will repeat this same kind of commentary next May, because next April, because every year I get the same kind of question. Sell it, man, go away. Do you believe in this? Nobody should repeat that phrase ever again. Hello, New World Order. Comic Crack is here. Hello, Terran K. Titus, Key Comic, Market Watch. Her bro. Pallet Town Pokemon. I will answer your question shortly. Okay. Quick PSA. The monthly market report will be done this Sunday at 10 a.m. We will definitely follow and look at Comic Link result for the past couple of days. The auction is going to run for another week, but I'm not going to do a market report for April mid-May. It makes no sense. Okay. So I just going to, I will have Mark, the collector from the UK that have appeared with me in 3 or 4 Sunday chat in the past 6 months. He would join me as co-host to do the market report. That should be a lot of fun to have another voice, another opinion on the market. So we will do the 10 a.m. this Sunday. We'll look at the crazy results from Comic Link that just happened. I think the market is doing okay. Like even today, the stock market is barely down, barely. Okay. The great news from Amazon is doing okay. Like I said, it's hard for the market to go rip-roaring higher when it's at the all-time high. Okay, so I understand it's bouncing against a ceiling, all right? But at the same time, it shouldn't be a shocker if we have a May. Okay, we did so well in April. We did so well since Christmas. So it should not be a shocking surprise for people that we pause a little bit. Okay, whenever the market doesn't go up, people start to ask me questions like, why is it not going up? Why is it down? You're expecting to go up every week, every month? Come on, be realistic. Okay. New World Order asked me, if you could trade your Action 1 for Tech 27 same grade, would I? Yeah, I would. Because I like Batman so much more than Superman. Okay. And to me, Tech 27 is so much rarer than Action 1. Like they both rare. Okay, let's not kid ourselves. Every year we see maybe 2, on the average, 2 copies of Action 1 up for auction here and there. On a super busy year, you might see 3 copies, right? I remember a few years back when there was actually 3 copies of Action 1 that went up for auction in 1 year, and all the Golden Age collectors were just like, "Oh my God, it's the end of the market. People are dumping everything." Calm down, okay? It's 3 copies exchanging hands is not a lot. But would I? Yes, I would. Hello, Louis 13. And like I said, as Key Comics said, he would take Marvel Comic 1. Yeah, it's all depend on what you like. I mean, I don't really care if Tech 27 is never going to be the most important book, but at the end of the day, I like Batman a zillion times more than Superman, so it would be a no-brainer for me. Okay, no-brainer for me to do it, but I don't think anybody would do that as far as trade Tech 27 for my book. I think I'm more in the minority that I want a Tech 27 over Action 1. I think most people would prefer to have the Action 1 because that is the big kahuna of the hobby. So hello, LGFA. I have a lot of books in this month Comic Link auction, so I'm very happy with the result. Okay, I still have all the Teenage Mutant Ninja books that you see me sent to CGC and came back. They are all still running for another week, so the results are not in yet for those books. But so far, from if you pay attention, some of the prices on some of those Teenage Mutant Ninja books is cuckoo. Cuckoo. The market is crazy hot, okay, but there's one book that deserves its own attention in a separate video. I would see if I had time to sit down and shoot and talk about it today. It's Giant Size X-Men 1 9.8. For those that saw the result of that book, you also remember the result of the previous month, right? I will have a special video specifically addressing that book, on what my thoughts and why it happened, why the price is what it is. For those that follow the price, you probably already know what happened to that book, what the result is. But after lunch, I figure I will sit down and do a 7 to 10 minute video discussing the result of that book and why I think it happened the way it happened. Hello, Hood Red. Been busy selling. I have been busy selling, and I have not been buying a lot of crypto stuff. Okay, I have been hoarding as much cash. I bought, the last time I bought Bitcoin was when it dropped down to 50. I bought Bitcoin at 50. I bought Bitcoin at 52, but that was it. I have not bought a heck of a lot of anything else. I told my brother I'm crossing my fingers that the result from Comic Link. Unfortunately, I think I might be a little bit late. In that, by the time I get the money from the auction, some crypto stuff might be moving way beyond what they are right now. But I can do only what I can do. Okay, I've been doing this for the past year. As I talk about it, I'm selling stuff and put every single dollar into crypto, and that's all I can do. I can't squeeze the sales faster. And it's been good. I can't complain. I cannot complain. I don't, I think those that watch the crypto market tick by tick, minute by minute, you can go crazy. Okay, I can't do that. I follow it, sure, daily, but at the same time, I'm okay with the volatility. There are so much FUD, so much fear, so much nonsense, so many channel calling head and shoulder, flag this, inverse that, and I'm just like, easy, easy, easy. Technical analysis is useful and helpful, but you can go crazy looking at 5-minute candle chart. Oh my God. Too many channels are looking at 5-minute candle chart and calling. I mean, there are channels on YouTube that make prediction twice a day. Easy, easy. Key Comic asks, how long does it take to receive money? At least a month. So the auction that is ending now, I'm not gonna get the money for another month. Okay, but if I want to, if I see a huge opportunity to buy something right now, today, tomorrow, I can call up Comic Link and say, can I have half of my money now? And they will do it. Okay. So it's not, the reason why it take a month because you have to understand, when Comic Link auction is over, which is next week, right? People have another week to pay. So if somebody won a book this week and they sit on until they get the invoice from Comic Link, which is at the end of next week, and then they send in a check that take a couple days, and then Comic Link had to make sure that the check doesn't bounce. You see why it take a month. Okay, it's not because Comic Link is slow. They get it to me as fast as they can, but they are. But the way the structure of the auction, the structure of when people pay, that all plays in part of how long it takes to get the money to me. Indeed, Hood Red. I'm not concerned. I think I do very well. I'm pretty happy. Like I said, I on top of that, I have almost all the crypto that I want. Like when I started this journey back last March, okay, over a year ago, I had in mind what I want to put in. I had in mind how much money I want to put into crypto, and I am about 70% there. This month's sales at Comic Link will get me to 100% of how much I want to put into crypto. So I'm pretty content with my position in crypto, to be honest. And the next 30%, whenever the right time to buy, I put it in, and I'd be okay. I mean, I'm not here to trade Bitcoin. I'm not. I said it before. I trade many things. Bitcoin, I cannot. Depend on where Ethereum is, depend on where Bitcoin is, depend on Cardano, Synthetics. That's the four. Okay, I have four. I put my money into those four things. Synthetics, I'm down. Cardano, I think I'm up on Cardano. And of course, I'm up on the other two. I think Synthetic is the only. I haven't looked at Synthetics in a while, to be honest, because it's been so crappy, right? I bought it at like 18. I bought Synthetics. I trade Synthetics many times. Okay, the last time I sold it at like between 23 and 24. I sold a lot, most of my position, and I bought back around 18, and I see it down to like 15, 16, or whatever it is. So yeah, I'm not worried about it. Is Patrick still making videos, Nick? You ask. Well, Patrick only make for the past 2 years, if not longer. Patrick's only make haul videos from CGC, right? And you got to understand, on many of those occasions, the books that you see on his channel are not his. It is Mike, his partner, his friends. So I don't know what kind of submission they are doing in the past year. So if it's slow, most likely it's because they have slowed down in submitting to CGC. Okay, that's he's still around. He still comment on my channel from time to time. It's just that I think there's not that many CGC haul. Key Comic asks, every time Bitcoin hits all-time high, what percentage do you wait? Key Comics, this is what I have done. Okay, I don't cost average in like some people, because I talk about this. I don't have a regular income. I don't have a monthly paycheck, a weekly paycheck, bi-weekly paycheck. I don't have that. Okay, so I can't just say like every week I'm gonna put in X dollar. I can't do that because I don't have a regular monthly, weekly income. So what I do is, I have money set aside whenever I sold some comic books, after I pay the bills, all that stuff. And if Bitcoin hit the all-time high, I will never pay anything close to 10%. usually 15% or 20% below. So when Bitcoin was at 60, right, I had ordered it at 50, at 48. When Bitcoin hit 64, I had ordered in at 52, okay, and 50, and I bought. So usually 20% or even lower. I have ordered that's like even like 30, right? So the closest that you get is like maybe 15%. It's also depend. Okay, if Bitcoin has been going like this, sure, would I put a 10% lower order? Yes, but if Bitcoin is ramping like this, you're not gonna see me put anything 10% below the price, the current price. It'd be like 15, 20, 25% below. Okay, it has worked for me. I was able to accumulate a lot of Bitcoin that way. There's no need to chase up. I don't chase up Bitcoin at the all-time high. That's crazy. Star Trooper asks, if you had a choice of an 8.0 newsstand or a 9.0 direct at the same price, what would you choose? Depend on the books. Okay, depend on the books. If you Star Trooper, I'm not sure if you're aware, this is another one of those myths that I try to debunk, but you know, the bigger channel need to debunk it. The rarity of newsstand versus direct only apply to books in the late 80s onward. Okay, if you look at newsstand versus direct in the early 80s, it is the opposite. The direct is rarer by a lot, like 90-1 kind of ratio. Okay, so I did a video. If you search a video, I did, I think 2 months ago, where I show you how certain direct is rarer than newsstand, especially in the early years, like 81, 82 kind of thing. So be mindful of paying premium for newsstand. The market ignoring facts and truth, okay, but eventually the market will. The market can only ignore facts for so long before it realizes that it's stupid. Okay, so would I pay more or take a lower grade newsstand? Yes, but it better be in the 90s or later. Okay, you're not gonna see me telling anyone, go for a newsstand because it's a 1986 book. No, no, definitely not mid 80s. Definitely not. There's no truth to rare to newsstand being rarer than direct in mid 80s. No such thing. Okay, it's all FUD, fake news. Thank you, Jerry Collectible. Oh, okay. I just look at the time. It's already 10. I usually trying to keep this video no more than 45 minutes. I do think, to address a question I had earlier, I do think the new tax law will have a impact on the hobby, a negative impact on the hobby next year. The question is not will it have a negative impact, it's like how much. That I cannot tell. Okay, that I cannot tell. Because like it or not, a lot of people that sell stuff on Instagram, Facebook, everybody is trying to skirt paying taxes. People are trying to skirt paying PayPal fees with personal. Trust me, PayPal is gonna crack so hard on this stuff. It won't be pretty, okay? But keep in mind, the big boy books are running in auctions. They're not in the same category as the stuff that you see people sell on Instagram. I'm not saying that Instagram only has small books. There are all kind of books there, but does anybody even want to debate that Instagram have more books than Comic Link? No. Okay, Comic Link auction will crush Instagram sales like that on any given month. Okay, so it will impact a certain segment of the market, certain segment, not the market overall. Okay, so that's my take. Now, before I go, quick chicken story. Yesterday in the afternoon, I peek out at my chickens all the time. I don't count. Like every time I walk by the kitchen, I look out the window to look at them to see what they're doing. Yesterday, I look out the window in the afternoon. This is like about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I wish I shot the video, but at the time I was more concerned about what to do than, oh, let's shoot a video for YouTube to see what I'm doing. I look out and 2 of the chicken is outside the fence. I'm like, oh my God, they lose. Oh my God, but they are so well trained. So did I panic? A little bit. I'm like, how did they get out? Did they find an opening somewhere? Did the fence not? It didn't matter, right? At the time, I'm just like, how am I gonna get them back in the fence? But the moment I opened the back door, they came running to me. They love me. They love me. They as soon as I open the back door, they come running, right? And of course, I had the treats, right? So I grabbed a handful of the treats and I show it to them and guide them back through the gates and close the gate. And they went inside. So it was a non-event. So now keep in mind, next time I shoot a video, I will show you the backyard. My backyard also have a fence to get into the backyard. So even if they are out from their enclosed area, they are still contained. Okay, so it's not as if like they're gonna run to the front yard onto the street and do all kind of crazy thing. No, they are still contained. So I just didn't want to have to chase them around, like Rocky. I didn't want to turn into Rocky training to chase a chicken around. But yeah, so that was one interesting development was 2 of the chicken got out. But the moment they see me, they come like, run to daddy, he has treats. Love it. Anyhow, it's been almost 40 minutes. So hopefully tune in this Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern time. And we can talk about the market. We can see how well everything is. A lot of smashing return. Okay, if you follow Comic Link, you already predicted. Okay? You already saw some of the result. Okay, the numbers are bananas. Okay, so that's gonna be a lot of fun, especially with Mark as a co-host. And keep in mind, I do not rule out anyone from joining. Okay, so if you ever want to appear in a chat like Mark, how Mark appear in I think 3 or 4 chats now, and to talk to me about the hobby, feel free to hit me up and we can arrange a time and I can have one of those live chat, talk about the hobby with you on any topics you choose, just like Mark did the last 3 or 4 times. I don't rule out anybody to do that, and anybody is free to also join me in the future market report if you want to discuss the market. Now, if you want to join the market report, I hope that you understand the market to make commentary on the market instead of like just show up and know nothing about GPA, don't know anything about what is high price or low price, and have nothing to add. Okay, so I prefer to add people that can add something beside my voice and opinions. All right, enjoy your Friday. Look like the market is not a surprise. Okay, it's the end of the month. We had a big run up. There's an old saying on Wall Street: if the market cannot go up on good news, aka Amazon great earning, then it is gonna go down. Okay, if good news can't bring it up, then most likely it's gonna be a bad day. Make sense? Thanks for watching. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe. See you Sunday. Bye bye.